Good evening. Good evening. So you can work with your chat, okay? So good evening. You are welcome to today's class. I am doing well. I'm doing fine. So how was your day? And I hope you have a great day today. So we are going to start now. I will take you into list membership. On our last class, we talked about lists and how to check for length of a list and all. So today we are going to look on list membership. So we are going to look on list membership. A list membership is the process of checking if a particular member of a list is inside a particular list. So we are going to check for a particular list if there is an item that is inside a list mentioned. Okay, so we are going to look on. Let's create a list. So I will create list. So I'm declaring a variable name create list. So I will assign a variable. I will mention maybe mango, mango, orange, pear, banana, 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 and let's say watermelon, water, watermelon. So this is the list we just create. Now for us to check if an item is in this list, so we are going to use in 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 keyword to check. You use in to check. Now we are going to create a new tab, then I will check for an item. Okay, let's say mango. If the word mango in create list, create list, create list. Once I run, it will say true. Okay, let me run my first line because I did not run the first line. That's why it's showing me an error. Now, you see it said true. But when I mention, let's say, when I mention any item that is not in that Yes, I can read your chat, okay? I can read your chat. So when
Hello, 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 Moses.
hello, I'm hearing you. You can speak. Please, you can speak up. Okay?
Hello, Moses.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello,
I can hear you.
hello, Moses.
I
Can you read
can
my
hear
chat?
you. So we use the in to check. Once I mention other item that is not in the list, it will tell me false. False. So let's look for an item that is not in the list. Let's say let let's say what other fruit again? Let's say fruit. So you can mention any fruit which we can check. Hello, are you following with the class? Hello. So let's check for an item. We are going to check for um, sherry. Sherry. We are going to check for sherry. If it's in create list, when I run, it will say false. See how this how to check for an item. You can even use the if statement. So let's create a code to check for if statement to check for if an item is inside a particular list. So we use the if statement. We say if mango, let's say mango in create underscore list, then print yes. The List contain mango. We can we give another condition x. Say s print copy. We are going to copy. We say no. No. Contain does not contain mango. So are you following with the class? I need your response. So I need your response. Let's see. If you are following with the class, let me know. Hello, are you following with the class? Justice, are you with me? I need your comment, Justice, if you are in class so that I can continue this class. So we have checked on how to check for an item in a list. So we are going to look on how we can use the reverse and sort list. How we can use the reverse and sort list. So we create an item. Okay, let's copy this item. Copy this item. Can copy this item. Then we renamed it to list. Let's use list underscore list, or we can yes, let's use sort list. sort list. Let's use sort list. Then after we have used sort list, we we just copy the same item inside. So I want to check how to sort. For us to sort, we use the sort method, and that sort method will help to rearrange everything, every item in a list. So I will also use the reverse. The reverse item, it reverse item in a list. So we use the reverse method. So I will call the sort, call the sort underscore list equal to thereafter. Okay, I will use the dot reverse, use the dot reverse. The dot reverse help us to reverse an item, in a list. Now when I reverse it, you will see all the items have been changed. Okay, what is okay? I've not run this, so let me run the other one then before this. So you will see this. So I'll have to run it. Once I run, it will print the reverse. So when I run it, the variable name, it will print out the reversed list. So just watch. So this is the reverse list. You remember the watermelon was at the begin as the ending, and the mango was at the beginning. Now the watermelon is now at the beginning, and the mango is now at the ending. So this is how to use the dot reverse. We can also reverse it using our indexing or your slicing method. Okay, let's reverse it using the slicing method. So now for us to reverse, let's call it, let's say reversed, let's say reversed underscore list. Okay, now we'll copy this list, then we paste it here. We use the this slicing method when we use this column minus, we use -1. So it's going to slice, it's going to um, arrange it in the reverse format. Using this method, it will arrange it. Remember the indexing, when you will use the indexing to index an item, see the way it will index it will rearrange it for us. So let's see now. It has already sorted. Remember our list was like this before. Now it has already sorted back to this normal list. So let's check on looping through a let's check for the sort. Let's check for sort. How to sort a list. Okay, I will use the create list underscore list dot sort. Okay, let me copy this item. Let me copy this item. Then let me use it. So I will use create item one. Then we use the sort. Let's say sort. So we are going to sort it like this using the sort method. When we sort, okay, let me change the item inside. I'll change it to one, or I can use instead of string. Let me use number one, two, three, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Then I will run. Once I run, automatically when I print it, it will sort it from the highest to the lowest. I don't know why it did not work. The sort did not work. Okay, why? Um, what's wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong? Supposed to sort. Let me check what is wrong. This item supposed to be sorted. So let's sort. Okay, now it's just that this item has already been sorted before. Okay, it has already been sorted. So when it sort it will not sort it again. So let me put number that are not sort. Okay, let me sort it now. Did you see it has sorted from the lowest to the highest? So when you want to sort it from this is ascending order, but when you want to sort it to descending order, you will use this method to sort it to descending order. So let's copy, then we'll create another tab. We are going to create another tab. Then we rename it to 2, 3, okay, no, 2, 2. Then inside this sort method, we are going to um insert a parameter inside, or we are going to insert what um we want the sort to do for us. So we are going to say reverse reverse equal to true. This reverse equal to true will help us to reverse it from ascending to descending order. From ascending to descending order. So are you with me? Justice. Okay. Now when I click on it, you see from the highest to the lowest. When you use the reverse equal to true, it will reverse it from the highest to the lowest. But if you use the normal sort, it will sort it from the lowest to the highest. So we are going to look on how we can look through a list. How we can look through a list. So let me copy this. Let me copy this. We are going to look how we can look through a list. I remember I've talked about it before, but let me give you more details about it, how to look through a list. Now, for us to look through a list, let me name this to 1 because we have already declared a variable name before. So let me name it as sort list 1. So we want to look through this list. For us to look through the list, we are going to use a for loop. We say for I in sort list 1, print I. It will print it, it will print it for us. So I believe I have explained it in a string before. So let's say for I in sort underscore list 1, then we say print I. It will print it for us. So it's trying to run. Now this is how it loop everything through. You loop through the list. This is all the item in that list. So we are going to how to use the or and any. So the or method return true if all the elements in a list are true. Or method return true if all the elements in a list are true. Then if false, all elements in a list is false. So the function any return true if any element in the list is true. So if not, any return false, meaning we are going to look all or any. So any check if anyone is true, then it will print anyone that is true. But if it's false, it will print the item that is false. So I will create a list called, now let's create a list. I'll say list one, list one. Then uh, let's create a list. Let's say uh, let's call it 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So now, so I want to check if all is in this list 1. Now, for us to work with all, we say all, and all, when you are using all, remember to put the sort. Then you have remember to put the bracket. So is if all is in if it's in this list, if all is in this list, it will print true. Definitely all the items are there. So this is how to check. Oh, I've not run my uh, list. I've not run the list. So now I want to run it now. It will say true because there is a true value in there. It will say false because all of them are in there is false, but it will return the item if one of them is not there. So i- if one value is false inside, it will return it as uh, false. So I don't know if you got this part. Please, if you did not got what I explained, just comment so that I will know what to do, how to explain it for you. Hello, do you understand what I just explained? Okay. I said if we have 1, 5, 6, 7, 9. If all dis item, one of them is false, like 0 is nothing, then it will print false. But if one of them is true, or all of them is true, it will print true. Let's see. Okay, let's replace it now. Instead of 0, let's put 9. It will say true because all the item are in there except if 0, nothing is inside. 0 means nothing. Once you input 0, it will tell you false because 0 is not. So all in list 1. If all the number are in list 1, um true. If all dis number are in list 1, but if you include 0, it will produce false for us. Then if you leave it just the number alone, number alone, it will produce false for us. Okay, it will produce false for us. So it will produce false for us. But if the number are standing alone without zero, it will print true for us. So if you do not understand, kindly watch the video. But I know that if a list contain a number except zero, it will print true. Okay, so we are going to how we can use the any. So any, even if any of them is true or false, any means it will select any item for there that is true. Any item, then it will print the value to be true. So now let's use the any instead of or. Let's copy and put or, put any. Okay, so if we put zero and run, the or will say false, but the any will say true because any of them is true. Any of them, because there is number in there, is true. So I believe this explanation goes a long way for us. So we are going to look list comprehension. Okay, list comprehension. We are going to look list comprehension, how we can comprehend the list. List comprehension. List comprehension. List comprehension. So now, list comprehension provide an elegant way to create new list. Elegant way to create a new list. With a single line of code, you can create a list of item. Okay, it contain a bracket containing an expression following by a four clusters. Four clusters. For using the for, if the for statement, the if statement to generate a list of an item, then zero or more. So you can use the for or if statement inside a particular list. And those process is called list comprehension. List comprehension. We are going to work on list comprehension. So we are going to create, okay, let's see, let's create a string. We'll call it my string. Let's say my string 7, my string 6, my string 6, because I have written my string before. My string 6. Then I will say welcome, welcome, welcome. Then I want to use the for loop inside a list to to print out this item that I just listed. So I will copy it. I will copy the variable name. Okay, let's paste it here. Or let me create a new variable. Let's say my list. My list. Okay. Then I will create empty list. I will provide a condition. I will say I is a variable I just declared. I for I will say for I in my string in my string, let's say my string 6, for I in my string 6, then print my list. So what this code did here is everything here, it will create it as a list inside. It will just copy everything here and replace it here inside this um list. Then it will print out as a list. Okay, so let me show you an example. So the welcome has been arranged in a list format because I use a condition. I said for I in my string. When you are using list comprehension, the variable name you created must appear first before you now continue with the other variable name. Okay, so we have seen how we can um create list using the list comprehension. So we are going to check how we can create a list of an item using the range. So let's copy this. Let's copy let's copy no let's say let's copy this, just this alone, because that's what I need. Let's say list one and list one. Let's say for I in, instead of me using this string welcome, so I'm going to create a range of number, a range of number from 40, let's say 40. Now we use the range method, the range function, let's say range 40, let's say 40. Now I want to create inside this list, I want to create a range of numbers. I want to create a range of number inside. So when I print it, you will see the range of numbers is being created in a list pattern. So let's use this method. Let's say print so that you can see it very well. Let's say print. Then now look at it. Instead of me using just the normal process, this is the list of numbers. Okay, this is how we can use the list comprehension. List comprehension is good when you are writing a series of code. So when we are writing a large number of code and you don't want to waste time, you can use list comprehension method so that it will give you what you want to generate. Okay, so even if you want to create okay, you want to create maybe a random number to sort for a random number or particular number, or you want to check if a person won in a lotto, you generate a list of number. So you check if certain number is in that list you mentioned. Okay, so we are going to look on tuple. We have been able to look through the list. Today we are going to look on tuple. Tuple. So this is the beginning of a new topic. A new topic. Tuple. Tuple. So tuple. Tuple. Tuple is similar to list, except that the objects in tuple are immutable. which mean it cannot be changed. It cannot be changed. The element in a tuple cannot be changed. Once it's assigned, it has already been assigned. It cannot change. It's immutable. So if we want to see a particular list, or if we want to check the data type, if we want to check the data type, you see that it will tell us it's a tuple. Okay. Or if you want to work with large number of code, want to work with large number of code which no one will change, or if you want to work with an input which no one will be able to change, you use a tuple to work. So tuple is immutable, you cannot change it. Now for us to create a tuple, we use the coiling, the normal bracket, the number bracket to create a tuple. We can also index in a tuple. We can index just like the normal list. We can slice, we can slice, we can we can slice, we can change, we can remove an item, we can loop through. Still the same way we can loop through a tuple. And we can also check for membership, we can sort. So now let's create an example of a tuple. Let's create an example of a tuple. For us to create, let's say tuple 1, then we use a normal bracket. Now, sorry, I did not assign. Okay, now when I run it and I want to print the type, it will tell us it's a tuple. Now let's check for the type. I will say type bracket tuple. Let's run. Let's check for the type. It will tell us tuple. So let me use the print for us to see. Print, let's say print bracket. Let's say, so it's running, it's processing. You see, it has already printed it and it said tuple. So are you with me? So we have checked for the type. The type is tuple. So we are going to look on how we can insert an item inside the tuple. We are going to create a variable called tuple2. Then we are going to insert 20, 30, 60, and then let's run it. Once we run, then we can also, so this is the item. Now we want to insert any item You can also insert any item. You can also create um you can also create a, let's say, um a list inside a tuple. You can also create a list inside a tuple. You can also create tuple inside it. You can also create dictionary inside it, or a string inside it. So tuple is immutable, cannot be changed. Okay, now you can index. Okay, now let's index this list 2. Let's index it. Okay, tuple 2. Let's index, let's say index 0. Once we index it, it will pop out 20 for us. So we can index. So we can slice. Now let's slice an item. Let's say tuple 2. Let's slice it. For us to slice, let's say, let's call it 0 and 1. Let's say, let's print 0 and 2. 0, 2. We want to slice. We have sliced here 20 and 30. This is how to slice. We can change an item. We can change an item. We can change. If we want to change, it will give us an error. If you try to change, it will give us an error, because you cannot change. It does not delete. You cannot delete an item in a tuple. You cannot change an item. So tuple is immutable. You cannot delete or change an item. Okay, so you can look through a tuple. Let's look through a tuple. Now, for, let's say, for I in 2, then let's say print I. Okay, it will look through. We can look through a tuple. We can count a tuple. We can use the dot count to count. So let's count. We say tuple 2 dot count. We want to count. Let's count. Let's count 20. If we count 20, it will say 2. It will say 1, because it's just 120 that is inside there. So when I run it, it will tell us 1, because it's just 1. Okay, you can count. You can check for a member. Okay, let's see if 20 is in. 20 in tuple. It will say true, because 20 is in tuple. It will say true, because 20. You can use the if statement to check. Then you can check for, let's say the index position. You want to check for their index position. You can check, let's say, tuple dot index. You want to check for index position, let's say 20. You want to check for the index position of 20. You check to say 0. Okay, you want to sort. If you want to sort, it does not So if you want to sort, it returns a new sorted list and does not change the original tuple. So it can sort for you using the sorted method, but it cannot change the original list. Okay, so now let's use the sorted method. So let's sorted, let's say tuple, and tuple, then we run. You see, it printed it as a list. It printed it as a list for us. So we can sort an item. So let me interchange this former list. Okay, let me interchange it. Let me cut it and put it here and run. Okay, so let me change it. You see that it will sort it, and when you sort it, it will sort as a list. Okay, did you see it sort it? So this is how it works using the sorter in a list. So you can reverse using that method I told you. When you say reverse through, you sort, you use the sorter, then reverse through. Let's say, okay, let's see, reverse comma reverse, let's say reverse equal to true. Once I run it, it will print from the descending order to the ascending order. So you can use the reverse through. So are you following with the class?
Yes, I get. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so yes, I'm following. I'm following. So basically, for that sort, so meaning if I use sort ordinarily, it gives me the ascending order, just like you demonstrated earlier on.
Yes.
So you see applies there. You see applies there. All right.
So anything, see, let me let you know that anything that apply in a list string applies in tuple, but you cannot delete, you cannot change. Okay, you cannot change,
Yes,
you
you cannot
cannot.
modify in a tuple. Yeah, you
Yes,
cannot modify.
you
Okay.
cannot modify. And tuple, we can use tuple in maybe you want to keep confidential documents which anyone cannot change. You can use tuple to save documents, let's say list of item, those process when you are writing with Python code. So I just want to break it down for you to understand. So now we are going to sect. We are going to sect now. After we, okay, a sect is an unordered list, unordered and unique index collection of items. A set is an unordered list, unordered. Okay, a set elements are unique. Duplicates are not allowed in a set. Duplicates are not allowed. So a set is immutable, meaning it cannot change like tuple. It cannot change like tuple. So it's immutable. A set, a set we can be can accept addition and removal of item. Okay, so for us to create a sect, we use the equaling brackets, unlike the list uses square bracket, the tuple use the normal bracket. So a set use the equaling bracket. And also you can look through a sect. You can also check for membership in a sect. You can check for membership in a sect. You can add, you can remove, you can copy, in a set. You can check for set operation when you have the union, you have the you have the union. You also have difference when we talk of intersection. So this is uh, the practical example of our mathematics then in school. So many people ask, where can we apply mathematics? You can apply mathematics in programming. You can check for symmetric difference, subset, super subset, disjoint, and all. So let's start the journey of sect now. So sect, we are in sect. Now we are going to create sect. We'll say my sect. Let's say use my sect. Then you use the equaling bracket. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 5, 6, 7. So we are using equaling bracket. Then okay, this is sect. When we print it, we check for type. It will tell us this is sect. So now we are looking on sect. So we are going to check for the length. No, let's check for the type. Then let's put my sect. We are waiting for the system to run. It's trying to connect. So my network. Okay. Okay, you see it says sect. This is a sect. This is how to work. We can check for the length of a sect. Let's check for the length. We say length bracket. Let's say my sect. Okay, 6. So just this, I think I have to run. Yeah, I have to close it for today. So
Okay, all right.
I saw your assignment,
Thank
and
you.
I don't know why Dominion, and Aisha, Fatima did not attend class today. I don't really know, and I was